Apple announced several new products ranging from updates to some of its most popular devices to updates for its most popular computer ever. It's time for Tech Support, our weekly look at the latest news for computers, video games, and all things tech. Dan Howley is here with the biggest takeaways from Apple's latest. Dan, what do you think?
Maddie, there's 3 new products that Apple announced this week, or 3 sets of products. There's the iPad, the MacBook Air, and the Mac Studio. Let's start off with the iPad Air. That's, the major iPad that everybody seems to be interested in buying. We have the regular iPad that starts at $269. Better processor, and it's really, again, kind of saying it here for itself. It's for people who are upgrading. The Air gets actually Apple's M series processor, so you're going to get more speed out of it. That just means you're going to be able to take advantage of that if you're playing games or you're running certain apps that require a little bit more space or room when it comes to that processor. Then after that, we have the MacBook Air. Now that starts, believe it or not, it gets $100 price reduction. It starts now at $999 for the 13-inch. There's also a 15-inch model. These now get Apple's M4 chip. That's its latest processor. It's for people who are looking to upgrade. There's also a slick blue color that I really like, so you can grab one of those. And then the last announcement that Apple had this week is kind of a twofer. It's the Mac Studio. This is, according to Apple, its most powerful Mac ever made. It starts at $1999. It comes with Apple's M4 Max chip, but there's an upgrade to that. It starts at $39.99, and it comes with the M3 Ultra chip. And this one is actually the one that's the most powerful. I know it sounds kind of weird because it's, well, you have the 4, you have the 3. Why is the 3 more powerful? Just go with it. And you're able to do things like run multi-billion parameter large language models while also running 3D development software, while also running high-end games. So that was just a demo that I saw. Obviously, no one's going to be doing all 3 of those at the same time, but just explain how powerful they are. And just, to give you a sense of what's available when you max it out, you can get 16 terabytes of storage, which is bonkers, and 512 gigabytes of memory. So super, super powerful systems.
One thing I'm noticing, though, Dan, is that these prices aren't crazy, and I wonder how Apple is strategically pricing these items to build revenue. How are you thinking about the impact that these products could have on their earnings?
Well, so the real revenue generator is going to be the Air as far as volume. It's the volume seller, the MacBook Air. That is their best-selling system. You're going to get higher margins, obviously, on the Mac Studio, but they're not going to sell as well as far as volume. And the iPad and the iPad Air, I think the iPad Air is kind of the sweet spot. The iPad is kind of, an entry level at this point. The Air is the one that I think most people would want to opt for because it has a little more power. I think that when it comes to overall revenue, iPad and Mac have been performing better year over year than the iPhone. The iPhone still generates far more revenue than either. It's just that the year-over-year gains that they've seen versus the year-over-year declines that they've seen on the iPhone shows that, look, this is going to help continue to drive that revenue forward and ensure that they get more year-over-year growth, just because every time Apple releases a new version of a product, people go out and buy them, except seemingly for the iPhone, which everyone holds on to for 5 to 7 years at this point at some point. So I think this is going to do a lot of good for their iPad and Mac segment. That'll help buoy their overall revenue as iPhone kind of, we'll say, struggles a bit.
All right, Dan, really great breakdown. Thank you so much for breaking that down for us. We do appreciate it.